From the Reedman Studios in Fairport, proving you can teach an old dog new tricks. It's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Well, we made it to episode 2, so that's a good thing. I appreciate you out there listening. I got a lot of nice compliments yesterday. People liked hearing Christian Dan. He's not here tonight, but Angie Bowers is here.
Oh, gonna go with the maiden name.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
You can go with that. That's fine.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, I thought that's how I knew you. That's how you were introduced to me, so I never knew a different last name.
Oh, and that's how I am on Facebook.
Well, then
keep some shade on it. Come on.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Why? So, what is the proper thing?
Well, I go by Angie Steingass, and that's for my boys.
Oh. Did not know.
And my professional name, just because people know me in the industry.
Is that your stage name?
Holy cow! You sound like Kevin. That's what he says. What's going to be your stage name?
Kevin is her boyfriend.
That's my BF,
Yeah.
my SO.
So, what do you do, Angie?
I am a marketing manager at a seed, mold, and tool here in Rochester.
Okay. So, what would be a perk to the job like that? Is there a perk?
A perk.
Free molds, duh.
Well, do you know what it is, like what we make? I make the molds.
I think I did that in like 7th grade technology class with the little PVC, and it did the shrink and the thing and the who and the ha.
No.
But is it like a manufacturing job, like a?
Yes, it is. We make. So this is my favorite example. So Mio, the drink mix.
Yeah.
Okay. So that plastic piece, right? We make the steel that makes the plastic piece.
Wow.
So you put it in a machine.
And that's made here in Rochester.
Correct.
Did not know.
Right.
Look at how you learn something.
Yeah. So there's quite a few things that you'd be surprised that you walk in a grocery store, or if you go to, say, your doctor's office.
Yep.
That we've made the molds for.
Interesting. So, but any perks with the gig? Like radio had a ton of perks, right? You got concert tickets, you got this, you got dinners, you got stuff. But I'm not seeing a lot of perks in that one.
Well, I mean, I get to meet a lot of interesting people.
Okay, there you go. You, Kevin, any perks with whatever you're doing?
I get a free T-shirt here and there. I got a mouse pad a couple weeks ago. I've got both of Mr. Golisano's books, so I'm doing well.
That's good.
I think that's all for me, isn't it? Did I get you Golisano's books, or did you get them?
No, the company gave them to us.
Oh, never mind. I know where you work.
So does everybody else now.
Well, the funny thing is, so there's something in the news today, and I always go, it feels like a perk of the job, and I don't know how everybody's going to feel about this, but the chief of police, her name is Mary O'Connor in Tampa, Florida, has resigned because she got pulled over, and I don't know exactly where in Florida she was, but it sounds like she probably has a weekend home or something. They're on a golf cart. And people take the golf carts, and they're used around here. If you go over to Cobblestone, you'll see people have golf carts. If you go up to the Bluffs, where we live, people have golf carts. It's not uncommon, and you'll see them in certain neighborhoods. Well, she's driving them on the street, gets pulled over. The guy has his camera on, and we'll let you hear what ensued with Mary O'Connor, the chief of police in Tampa Bay.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Good. I'm Deputy Chief of the Sheriff's Office. Stopped you because you driving tag or unregistered vehicle with no tag on it on the roadway.
Yeah, we went to the club. It was closed, so we went over and.
That's her husband, by the way.
Is your camera on?
Now that's her.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say now that you say you look familiar, so.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
Okay. So, all right, folks. Well, have a good night. Staying over here in East Lake Woodlands?
We live in East Lake Woodlands.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Shakes her hand.
So, I'm Deputy Jacoby.
Okay.
Same here, my friend.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
All right,
Sorry
take care.
to bother you.
All right, no worries. No worries. Like I say, we have a lot of problem with the golf carting around here. Everybody comes
No,
out.
we don't normally come out.
We
but
never
the club
come
was
out.
closed, so we saw we went up
never.
to the Greek place to get some food.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right, then we'll take care. And it was nice meeting you.
All right.
Oh, all right.
She gives us
You
a
ever need
card.
anything, call me.
Okay.
Serious.
Gives him
All right.
her card.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Thank you.
So, take care.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Have a good night, folks.
Okay. I can see you already shaking your head. We're on different sides of this.
I've seen both.
Well, I mean, it's okay to have an opinion. Look, so she, I think, was encouraged to resign. I can't imagine that there wasn't an uproar somewhere along the way that she was pushed out. But to me, it's a shitty part of where we live now. Should there be some kind of punishment for her? Probably. Should she pay whatever the fine would be for doing that? Yes. Should she maybe take a week, maybe without pay? Okay. But this is a person who has served. You're getting rid of somebody who is of quality.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Like that's the part that I don't like. I don't like this all of a sudden, and I hate the term cancel culture because I don't know that that's exactly the same thing, but it sort of reeks of that, does it not?
She wasn't belligerent.
No.
That was an everyday conversation.
Very
I
kind.
And it's a
feel-
perk of the job. Jesus Christ, it's a perk of the job.
Yeah.
Do you know how many times honestly, that I've gotten out of tickets just because I was on the radio?
Never.
A lot.
Not
Never,
surprised.
never, Bill.
A lot. No, I mean, I've gotten pulled over. I was speeding to meet with one of the kids one time, and I got pulled over, and the guy goes, all right, just slow down. On the way to work, probably I used to race into CMF. The reason I raced into CMF, God rest his soul, the late Tom George, he used to do traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Tom George used to come in, and I would get there. Show would start at 6, so I'd get there sometimes 5, 4:45, and start going through stuff and finishing up prep. And Tom would come in, and he would want your attention, and he'd start telling you these corny jokes and stuff. He was a very sensitive man, and if you didn't give him the time of day, he would get pissed off, and he would be offended, like literally offended. So I started timing it so I would come in just as the music was starting. Like I would park the car, run in the building, and we'd start because that way I could just get work done. I needed to get work done.
You're avoiding the joke.
Yeah, I was just him. Like I just avoid. So one time I'm flying, and at the time I drove a very sexy red minivan. And you know what? The minivan is a very useful tool if you have young children. They're
I find
fantastic.
it funny you call it sexy.
Well, it was to be ironic, but
Mine's sexy too.
do you have one? They're fantastic, especially if you got kids playing sports. His kids play hockey. You're traveling. You're in and out of the door.
Yeah, I had
just
one.
Did you have one?
separates
And I had one that aftermarket. We put a DVD player in there. I think one night I went out and watched a movie by myself, and it was fantastic.
That's sad.
But I'm flying in, and I get pulled over by the Monroe County Sheriffs. And when I look up, I have a gun pointed at me. There is a sheriff, full stance, gun pointed at me, and I'm boxed in by 3 sheriff's cars.
Holy crap.
And I like when I looked, I figured I pulled over. I'm leafing through the stuff in the glove box. I look up and I let out a holy shit, and I got my hands up. And the funny part is, and I know this is going to sound weird, but it was a female officer, and she had a look on her face like I was like, oh, I thought a bullet was coming through the effing window. Turns out that somebody had robbed Woodcliff, which is a nicer hotel spa in the area. It's up in a nice part of town, and it would come off our main road, which is 490, and they were heading west in a maroon van.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, so they pulled it over, but I had 3. There was guns drawn on me, and then this one, he slides up. Every once in a while, I'll see the guy.
You forgot to pay for your spa appointment, wasn't that it?
Yes, exactly. I didn't pay for my spa. But I mean, I just don't like this because this woman, the police chief, I believe she also served as an instructor for the FBI's Law Enforcement Executive Development Association. And she had all kinds of other things. She implemented a post-trauma training and retreat program to help officers cope with symptoms of stress associated with first responder careers, which I think a lot of times is overlooked. She also helped launch the Resources and Community Hope House program. Like, should there be a punishment? Yes, but this whole idea of you're out.
Wait,
I don't like it.
I want to understand something. Did they force her?
Well, see, that's what I don't know. But from what I could see in the news coverage that I saw was that she was encouraged to resign, as though the town board or the city council or whatever. I'm not sure that it's an elected position as much as maybe an appointed position. Like here in our city, the chief serves at the pleasure of the mayor. So the mayor has to approve you. Now, they're going to do what Rochester has done, which is a nationwide search for a new one. You know how much nationwide search costs? thousands of fucking dollars, man. And that's
a lot more than she makes.
Yes, probably. Yeah. Probably in the end, because you get these consultants and they do the nationwide search, and then they probably hire the intern chief anyway. Right. So what's the point? But it just, and I guess you got to do it for looks, right?
I guess.
For the optics of it, that you really went through and tried to look for somebody. But it's this whole idea of just, you're done. I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I think maybe they're trying to make a point of...
you're in a golf cart.
You're representing...
Minor league.
Yeah.
Minor league.
Totally minor. I agree.
Golf cart, 4 wheels. We got Chiefs up here to do it on 3.
Yeah. Oh, God. We did. Yes. I always liked that guy, too.
Maybe he's looking for a job. Who knows the recruiter? Let's get him an interview.
The grease chief. What was his name? Why can I not remember? But he was driving. Because I remember playing the phone call, and it was like, yeah, sure.
It wasn't Phelan. It wasn't Baxter.
No,
it was,
no, not Baxter. Baxter's the sheriff now. He's fantastic.
Merritt was the
guy before that he had the gun stolen out. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter.
I don't remember which one this one is.
But you're right. We had that guy was driving on 3 wheels, drunk,
like a champ
after a night.
Well, somebody also got a DWI along that same lines, driving a lawnmower. Yeah, I think locally.
Police?
No.
Just in general. Yeah.
You can.
Well, you can't be out in any kind of vehicle, right? with that, and even the golf cart. I get it. You don't want it on the main road. You don't see it. There's probably not headlights in most of these things, and so
she wasn't drinking.
No. Well, I don't know, but she wasn't driving. She was the passenger. Her husband was driving.
Oh.
So who gets the ticket in that case? That's the question. I don't know. Either way, I don't like the idea of always canceling things. That's all. It just frustrates me, and when I hear it, I feel
that's not a bad. That is a bad exit.
Yeah, it's a dumb exit, and it's not even about the. I think that because people go, well, what about the money? Isn't what it's about. It's somebody who knows the job and is qualified to have the job, and now all of a sudden they're just out of the job.
Especially with all of her contributions and things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Coming up, I'm going to have a one-on-one with Joe Brucato. Now, I even say to Joe, you were kind of a punchline a lot of times on radio shows with us, but he had a really interesting stories about his time in L.A. and kind of how it was really going well, and then one thing happened, and it just kind of let the air out of the balloon. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But if you're a Bills fan, are you getting screwed? Get to that next. But first, Guinness, 260 years in the making. Now, all jokes aside, I like my Guinness in the can. Why? Because it comes as a pint. With the nitrogen right in there, perfect pour. I learned how to do this on the Guinness website. Oh, yeah. Can you hear it? You can hear it. Can you taste it? No, but I can. Smooth, creamy, delicious. Guinness. If you're ever in our neck of the woods and over in a town called Webster, stop by Cobblestone on Main. They'll pour you the perfect pint of Guinness. And say hi to my friend, Dan Bresnahan.
Leave Bill voicemail anytime at 585-206-8866.
Hey, Bill, loving the new show. I'm so glad you're back on the air. Hey, one of your guests, you got to have Joey Brucato. Oh, my God, you got to have Joey Brucato. Great to have you back, Bill. This is Mike in Stunt Support.
And be sure to like and subscribe to Billified wherever you get your podcast.
Joey Brucato coming up in a one-on-one. And actually, since we were just talking about the police situation in Tampa, we will have Todd Baxter, who is the sheriff of Monroe County, along with the chief of police of the town that we broadcast from, is Fairport, New York. So we'll have Matt Barnes on later this week as well. And I will ask them, is there a professional courtesy if you're in a golf cart? Just flashing, flash the badge. I actually have heard horrible rumors. We talked about rumors yesterday.
Here we go again.
Rumors that there is a retired guy who worked the police who flashes his badge at restaurants to try to get free meals. Now, that's kind of a dick move. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's kind of a dick move, especially in the hospitality industry that's been so hurt by COVID, right? You would think that's unbelievable.
No free French fries for you.
No, but I mean, I always think like there's abuse and then there's sort of a courtesy, right? You just kind of do courtesy.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain places that say if you're a first responder, lunch is on us on Wednesdays. You'll see that once in a while, or coffee, or I get that. But to flash your badge and you're retired and you're going to demand, You put people in a bad spot with that. The Buffalo